7:14. That means it's time for a little Lights, Camera, McCarthy.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah. Kevin, you're back. He got some sleep.
I did.
We're ready.
And good to see you both. I mean, obviously this weekend, this is like a what to watch segment we usually do here. I mean, at the end of the day, Sunday is football day.
It
I mean,
is.
I couldn't be more excited about these two games, so I'm very excited. But if you are looking for something to stream this weekend, if you are staying home, there's a brand new series on Apple TV Plus called Masters of the Air. So there's some huge names on screen and behind the scene, as was mentioned before the tease. Behind the scenes, you got Steven Spielberg and Tom Hanks, who produced series like The Pacific as well as Band of Brothers, which are incredible series centered around World War II. And now we're taking it to the air. And there was a great movie that came out years ago called Dunkirk, which I absolutely love, which dealt with the different versions of happening during the World War II, specifically in the air, on the ground, but also on the water. But this is particularly taking focus in the air, and we're dealing with these incredible, amazing actors who are taking on this screen here. Austin Butler, Callum Turner as well. Barry Keoghan, who you might know from Saltburn recently. There's a question that I asked the cast in this interview that I want to hear answers from both of you on the other side of this interview package, as well as our viewers. #GoodDeedDC. Is there a lucky charm that you carry with you in your life, that you have with you at all times, that helps you? It could be something you carry with you, something that you have with you everywhere you go. Let us know yours. We're going to ask the cast here, including Austin Butler, who you might know played Elvis. Here is the cast of Masters of the Air talking all about their own lucky charms. Take a look. One thing I also loved in the show was the through line of the lucky charms, like the $2 bill, and then like the little snow globe. And Raph, I'll start with you on this because I find it interesting. Is there anything in your life that you consider a lucky charm that you keep with you that helps you, whether you're acting or you're just in your own life?
That's a great question. I mean, I think I've got things that I've kind of collected over the years. Like I collect rings, and I kind of get them from different places and different stories and different people. That's something that I've always kind of done. I think when it comes to a role, I really enjoy working with objects and music. Both those things I find I kind of connect to in a lot of ways. So whether it's kind of trying to find a song that gets me into a certain headspace or brings out a certain emotion, and then finding an object to kind of play with and really feel that, gives me a kind of a lot to play with. On this role, I learned to play the harmonica, even though I don't do it in the series. I was kind of playing a lot in my trailer, and when we were waiting around, that kind of just put me into a kind of different place. I also had a locket for my wife, which I kind of you see me kind of go to a lot of times when I'm kind of thinking of home. So I find working with objects really helpful.
I carry a bracelet with my mother's name on it. I wouldn't say it's lucky. It's just more of a reminder and a presence. But yeah, I like bracelets and as Ralph said, rings and necklaces, and I mean I have this one since the last movie I've done as well. I haven't took it off. But yeah, it's I tend to collect a lot of stones and shells.
Dude, I used to collect shells too. I had like a bunch of them from the beach when I was a kid.
I did too, actually. I had like a shell shelf.
Yeah, not even pretty stones, like, just like stones that remind me of that place. And do you know what I mean? They're not like red stones or crystals. I do collect crystals as well, but they're just stones that kind of hold a memory to it.
I love those little things because they become something you think about when you're watching the scene. Does he have the bill? Has he folded the bill down?
Yeah.
Is there something that each of you keep with you throughout your life that you always carry with you, that is always with you, that you feel is similar to that type of lucky charm?
I have things that I'll carry through at different periods of my life. Yeah. That might be as simple as a picture of my family, but just to try to keep a through line through life, when you're traveling a lot, and just keeping a feeling of keeping those that you love close to you.
I always put my left sock on, then my right sock, and then my left trouser, and then my right trouser.
Is that right?
Yeah, every day.
Every day. You don't do the right ever first?
Never.
Wow.
I haven't done that since I was about 9, I think.
Okay, so that led me to a question that I wanted to ask. Masters of the Air is streaming now on Apple TV Plus, first 2 episodes. I also want to bring in Chris Smith as well, because Chris apparently has a very similar superstition that Callum Turner has, who's the gentleman on the left there at the end of the interview. So he puts on his trousers and his socks and his shoes a certain way. Do either of you have a superstition or a lucky charm that you carry? in your
I
life?
carry a lucky charm in terms of like photos of my family. I keep it in my wallet, photos of people that I love, just because those are my lucky charms.
That's what Austin
in
Butler
life.
said. He travels all the time. He has a photo of his family because it kind of keeps that through line. What about you?
Yeah, I was going to say family photos in my dad's wallet, which is where I keep the photos. So that keeps the whole sentimental value.
In your dad's wallet?
Yeah, I kept his wallet. Yeah.
See, that's cool. I love that.
But in terms of doing things a certain way every day, I don't have that. I don't have that story.
But your dad's wallet is the through line.
Yeah.
That's what the answer. All right, cool.
Chris, oh, there's Chris.
Chris, you were similar to Caleb Turner, apparently.
Yeah, Kevin mentioned this to me, and I told him I put on my left motorcycle glove before my right one every single time. And I think it kind of evolved from the fact that I use my right hand to like start the engine and put the key in the ignition and like turn music on my phone. But it has become a thing now that no matter what I'm doing, the left hand, then the right hand on the glove.
There you go. I do sock shoe, which people are gonna.
Really?
Wait,
That's weird.
I do. I'm sorry.
Wait, you do
So
one?
I'll have a full leg that's shoed, and then I'll have a full leg.
What?
I'm sorry. I like it.
That's the first time I ever heard that.
I know people are gonna go crazy about
That is that's
I need
hilarious.
a TikTok.
Yeah.
Hashtag Good Day
Yes.
DC. Do you have anything like that? I don't know if we can top Annie Mae though.
Yeah, sorry guys.
You and Caleb Turner need to hang out.
Have you done that?
No, I've never done sock shoe ever in my life.